Working? Yeah. You know, everything I've tried to share for the last 6 years, I mean, I'm not perfect, but everything I try to share at Soulogy for the last 6 years, SoulogyOneStudios, SoulogyOne Network, and the people that I've interacted with in trying to create something collectively can tell you that, I've tried to find a way, a platform for authentic expressions, real expressions from the soul, from the heart, from the anguished mind, from the physical brain, all these things that converge in this earth realm, in this experience that we share. Yeah, all the pain, the suffering, the love, the goodness, the confusion, everything. Everything. And I don't think I really understood why until today. Because for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, I've been working very closely with a woman. Actually, I've worked with her for almost 2 years. And, we can learn the most from those relationships closest to us. That's where we can really learn about ourselves. And I'm learning about myself. And it's not been easy. I walked the streets for 2 years. And that was easier than what I've been doing for the last 10 days. And I have no regrets for either the 2 years homeless or the last 3 weeks. Most intensely the last 10 days. So what I found is that that authenticity, that rawness, that vulnerability, that's really our strength. Or at least that's where we find our strength. The conditions of this world are just all over us in ways we don't even know. But we can get there. And it's not easy, but it gets easier. I've shed a lot of tears in the last 3 weeks. Probably more than I've shed proportionate to the time than I did when I was homeless. Some of them have been very painful. And some of them, like this morning, have just been full of reverence and gratitude that I don't even have to think about it. Just this feeling comes over me, and it's pure, it's authentic, it's real. And the reason, unconsciously, for the last 6 years, that I've been trying to promote my own expressions and other people's expressions that are very authentic and real, that you don't find in books, is because somehow unconsciously, or maybe I just knew I am soul and didn't know anything else as a human in this transition, that those words, I am soul, that faith and trust to believe in that what I am, knows that that authenticity and that rawness and that vulnerability and that sensitivity, not just the power if you're the masculine, and not just the unconditional love type of submission that the 3D females thought that they were, just like we thought, the men thought we were this power. But what I'm trying to say is you got to get past the men have to get past the being strong by the 3D definition to get to a place where they'll become stronger. They have to give up the control to gain a higher level of control. They have to give up all of us, not just the masculine, the feminine also. We all have to give up these 3D conditions that are so deep. They enter every part of our being and every aspect of our lives. We can't have both. It's not easy, but it gets easier. You can go as fast as you want, and you can go as slow as you want. But for anyone to say that we're just here living and being and there's nothing to understand, I think there is something to understand, and what there is to understand is, what are we doing here? We're not just living. There is some type of mission, and if that mission is nothing more and nothing less than you in harmony with the universe, doing the things that you want that make you happy, regardless of what anyone says or anyone thinks or whatever. That's a mission. That's a mission that creates a huge, powerful, cosmic, gigantic, galactic, nuclear explosion that we can't even see with the 3D eyes. We don't have to tell anybody anything. We just have to be the example. And the way you become the example is by consciously examining yourself, consciously working on yourself. There is a way to do that, and I have found one. And it's not mine. It's the universe's, in the form of a reflection of me. I'm finding that the deeper I go into myself, the deeper I examine, accept, and own these aspects that I never knew existed or didn't want to think about or didn't want to think could be true. Yeah, there's tears, there's pain, there's memories, there's this, there's that. But each time it passes through quicker. You know, the universe is all energy. You can't remove anything, but if it's all the same energy and you pull this illusional energy out, what's going to fill in? You create more space for what is really you. So, I am soul is being authentic. And it doesn't stop at those 3 words. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm happy. I'm learning to love myself by losing the power of the human masculine controlling mechanism, the human masculine need for notoriety mechanism. And I'm admitting to myself what I am not. I will not contribute to the imbalance of this world by prolonging this divine masculine false power projection. All I can do is control and own my own space. And in this space, I'm doing everything I can to equalize that feminine and masculine, to equalize every polarity in this universe, because this is where the universe is lost and where it's been to be found. Right in here. And this is how we change, and this is the only thing we can do. We can't go out there and boycott and march and protest and all this other stuff. Doesn't matter our jobs, doesn't matter any of that stuff. What matters is what goes on inside of us. And the deeper you go in terms of letting go of these things that you thought you were. You know, the bad ones are easy to a degree, but the good ones that you think make you good, and all this other stuff, hey, I've totally lost my identity. I'm in tears this morning saying, who in the F am I? For the first time in 6 years, I didn't wake up saying I am so. I said, who am I? What am I? I'm not all this crap this world threw on me. I'm not all these tears and all this pain and suffering coming from all these memories and going deep in myself and trying to understand what I'm not. The intentions, every intentions that are so subtle, I never even noticed them. Why do we do the things we do? Why do we have these patterns in our lives? It doesn't matter. The stories don't matter. It's not who we are. We are divinity. Heaven to earth is these individual universes exploding from within, as within, without. We are the heaven. We're looking at the earth. I'm just trying to be straight from the soul. I wish you all peace, power, protection, big love. It's Todd Medina, SoulogyOneStudios. 1.